Hey, I just watched that James Shaw video I shot. It's not bad. I'm not going to reshoot it. It's good enough. A couple things I want to clarify, though. Those books read out that I listed, those are just the six or seven he suggests you start with. The book itself has like 200 different books it lists, um, of all sorts, and its authors. Just to give you a taste of who he's recommending, he recommends 8 books by Hans von Balthasar, 8 by the Catholic scientist Stanley Jacques, 10 by Hilaire Belloc, 13 by the Catholic historian Christopher Dawson, 15 by James Shaw. And I've met Shaw, by the way. We had lunch together in Georgetown one afternoon. He's a very modest guy, but he does reference 15 of his own books you may want to read. 15 by Jacques Maritain. Jacques Maritain, interesting guy, by the way. Jewish convert to Catholicism. He and his wife, Raisa, Raissa, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. They were atheists, basically, and they took a pact in the 1920s that they would embark on a search for wisdom or truth, and that they couldn't find it in 1 year, they'd commit suicide together. That was their lovers' pact. I guess that's what nerds do. Um, and a year later, they basically came to the conclusion that Catholicism was true. A quite touching story. But Jacques Maritain, he actually went on to become friends with Thomas Merton. Another funny story about Merton is Jacques Maritain went to go see Merton at Gethsemane at his monastery. And Merton, this is 1960s, and Maritain was pretty liberal. Merton, even more so. And Merton basically spent the whole time insisting that Maritain listen to Bob Dylan and insist that Bob Dylan was a musical genius or a poetical genius. Maritain later wrote he's very frustrated with Merton's shallowness in this regard. Anyway, he referenced 16 books by Joseph Pieper. Pieper is a German philosopher, Thomistic philosopher. 20 by C.S. Lewis. Now, that reference to C.S. Lewis, one of those books is the book called Miracles, which you'll often see as one of the core corpus of C.S. Lewis books. I can't recommend Miracles because C.S. Lewis himself couldn't recommend it. After he had published it, he debated a woman at, I believe it was Oxford, maybe Cambridge, I think it was Oxford. He debated a woman named Elizabeth Anscombe on the whole premise of the book. And by all appearances, C.S. Lewis's biggest fans at the debate thought he held his own. But most people, and including Lewis, said he got shellacked, which is very rare. Lewis wasn't just some children's author. He was a very, very intelligent man. Most people feared to debate him. But Elizabeth Anscombe stepped up and said, I'll challenge your premises here on miracles. And later in life, he actually described the debate in terms of like warfare and being beaten down by an enemy. He was really kind of shaken by the whole interaction. And I remember reading that. I felt bad for C.S. Lewis, and I wonder who was this woman, this Elizabeth Anscombe, this bitch who did this atheistic bitch who attacked C.S. Lewis. Turned out I didn't realize this at the time, but she was a very extremely devout Catholic, and she used basically some existentialist type Catholic thinking. I believe she's an existentialist thinker. To attack the miracles premise. That's all I really know about it. Anyway, I want to clarify that those 6 or 7 books are just the starting. He's to start with these 6 or 7 and then jump into these other 200. So, thanks.